So if you're using steroid creams, I urge you to stop. Why? Because eczema is actually not a skin problem, and treating it as such is not only going to make things worse, but it's not going to help us get to the root of the problem, which is internal inflammation. So you cannot go through the skin to heal internal inflammation. The skin is a side effect. Any skin disease is basically a reflection of some imbalance internally. So when we approach this problem in the medical way, which is to basically suppress the symptom, make it go away, we don't necessarily look at the causation, the problem in the first place. We just want to camouflage the body's way of telling us that something is wrong. And so when we use steroids, we provide the body with the steroid it doesn't have, because the adrenal glands in many eczema sufferers are the ones that produce adrenaline and cortisol, which helps, the cortisol helps to set off inflammation in the body. But when we're too stressed, when we're constantly on the go, when our emotional and mental life is basically not in tune with the flow of life, then we see a lot of blockages in the body and we exhaust the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands handle stress response, they handle the fight or flight response, they handle mineral utilization, sugar metabolism, so many different things. And the most important is also that they handle the way that kidneys function, because they sit right on top of the kidneys. They are glands that basically tell the kidneys what to do. They control them. If our adrenal function is very low due to genetics, lifestyle, emotional life, then they can't produce enough cortisol to offset that inflammatory response. And so when the medical system is thinking of, wait, okay, so there's not enough steroid in the body, why don't we just put some steroid on the cream? It's going to make that better. But basically it may reduce the symptom. But what happens is then your body gets used to that supply of chemical steroid, of secondary steroid. So your adrenals are not healing. They're basically off limits now. They're not told to heal and produce their own steroids. The body is given steroids, so it suppresses that adrenal glands need to create its own. So basically you're creating dependency and you're not getting to the bottom of what is causing eczema, which is very multifaceted, but it makes sense. It's it involves kidneys, the lymphatic system, the adrenal glands, and of course the antidote to that is detoxification, and not medical intervention in terms of creams, in terms of medicine, because all of that is a fallacy. It's thinking in a way that what can we do to stop the symptoms from telling us what's wrong? The messenger. We have to tell the messenger we don't want to hear the message. And that is not going to get us anywhere, because the body wants us to hear the message. The message is you're inflamed, you're systemically acidic. And the antidote is you have to provide me with the right fuel, the right chemistry, the right emotions, and the right thoughts. So holistically, I can then become strong. And when the body is strong and has the chemistry it needs to offset any inflammatory condition that's happening within, it will be able to do the job that it's meant to do, which is self-heal. The body's always there to protect us from pathogens, from lymphatic stagnation, from any type of disorder or any imbalance. And if we have the right energy, we have the right fuel, we give the body the tools it needs, it's going to self-correct. And that's what the medical system doesn't tell you, that the body can do all of this. You don't have to take out organs. You don't have to manipulate it in a way that the symptoms are gone, but then you feel worse. You don't have to destroy, or you don't have to chemicalize any aspect of your organs or glands. None of that is going to get you to the state of wellness. But understanding where the root cause is, which is systemic inflammation, then you can go back and be an investigator. What lifestyle, food, habits, what caused all of this in my life? So once you investigate and you get to understand yourself, where did that imbalance happen? Was that when I was stressed with my job? Was that when I left my relationship? Was that when I had that emotional crisis? Was it because I ate junk food for 2 years because I was coping with stress? So where is, we have to be the investigators of our inner world in order to understand what our bodies are telling us, because we are our bodies. We have to communicate with them, and leaving our health to another professional that has no idea about who we are, what our essence is, what we do on an everyday basis, what we eat. They ask none of those questions, and we give them all that authority to tell us what to do, to tell us how to fix something that we've created, maybe not knowingly. That is in itself a very inorganic, very artificial way of thinking about the world and life. So we have to go back to nature. We have to go back to ourselves. We have to ask ourselves those questions that the doctors don't ask. So the reason that doctors don't understand eczema and many other diseases is because they see it as a very specific, localized type of enigma. So they study, very, very reductionistic aspects of a certain disease, and then they look for chemicals that can maybe subside it so we don't feel the symptoms of it. Instead, everything is connected, and everything starts from inflammation. So it doesn't matter how it's expressed. It can be expressed as cancer, it can be expressed as eczema, it can be expressed as liver issues. It can anything that we see as disease starts as inflammation. So the expression itself only differentiates according to our weakest systems. So if we inherited, weaker, kidneys, that can be expressed as, lack of kidney filtration, which can inhibit the elimination of the lymphatic waste. But basically the reason behind it is always the same, inflammation, and the solution is always the same, which is to purge the waste from the body, which is preventing the body from healing. So anything the body doesn't want, we have to get rid of. And we have to do that in a way that is basically aligns with the laws of nature. We have to do that with specific foods, with specific practices, with holistic methods. And secondly, we have to strengthen the body's systems, because the body now is very depleted and it needs the energy. So all the endocrine glands, all the tissues, all the organs can become strong and do their jobs properly. So once we purge the waste and we strengthen the body, it is going to correct itself. It's going to find that balance, and that is called perfect health. Be that a recipe for eczema, be that a recipe for psoriasis, be that a recipe for cancer, it's all the same solution. It's basically applying the same holistic blueprint to what it takes to get healthy. So if you're on this journey and you've been to the doctors, you've been trying to find that treatment, that solution, and nothing has worked, you have to see eczema differently. You have to approach your disease, your state of disease, in a holistic way. So get away from this treatment thinking, this approach that, you can eradicate eczema, you can, kill a tumor, you can cut out a specific body part and everything will be okay. That is a very mechanical, very dangerous, extremely artificial and myopic way of looking at the body and disease. And that is what the medical industry does, because all it knows is pharmacology, how to treat symptoms with medication. And they have no idea about how we are a reflection of nature and its laws. And if we follow nature and its laws, we can get our health back. So if you're in a modality that doesn't understand the human body from a perspective that it's meant to understand it, you're going to go in different tangents and you're going to get lost. But if you understand the body for what it is, a holistic being, biological being, then you have the right path. And so I really urge you to look at your eczema journey from that perspective. Don't look to others to give you specific feel good in the moment solutions. Go inside, meditate on it, look at your life and really understand where you could improve certain aspects of it, and how you could eat better, how you can regulate your stress and emotions better, how your thoughts affect your daily experience. If you correct that, then you will see the true path to eczema healing. And that doesn't involve any steroids, any medications, any visits to the doctor. All that's needed is your understanding, your willingness, and your ability to stay committed to the journey and see the real results. So if you need some support and guidance on this journey, I'm here for you. I had eczema myself many years ago, and I took this journey that I just shared with you personally, and I have been eczema free for over 8 years. So if you want to see those results, if you want somebody who understands eczema from a holistic perspective, someone who also has detoxification knowledge and a knowledge of the body and its elimination pathways, then you can work with me. You can book a free consultation and we can see if we can work together to help you get to your eczema-free life. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you next time.